Hey, welcome to Exploring with Jimmy. I'm Jimmy, and I'm going to answer a question. People keep asking me this. This is King's Crown and Diamond Point. Diamonds. I love this stuff. Ruby glass. People get it confused, okay? This is the old stuff. This is, let's say about 1905. And this piece here is creamer. His mother on the back from 1906. So people see this and they go, this, and it's the same. No. This was brought out by Indiana Glass in the late 50s, King's Crown. And they produced this in, many different types of glass. Carnival glass was a big one in the late 60s, early 70s. People were buying King's Crown and Carnival glass, and you get it in candy dishes, butter dishes, you get it in anything. Now, Diamond Point came out in Indiana Glass, brought this out in 1965. And they produced this right up into the 1990s. Not in the ruby glass, of course. You could get it into, milk glass. You'd get Carnival glass, clear glass, anything. So these were different than these. And these were the glass maker was with this. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that glass companies like Depression Glass, for instance, it came out in the 1930s. People think, oh, it's 1930s, that was it. No, Depression Glass actually started in the late 20s, and it was produced up until the 1960s. So, but it was popular during the 1930s. Depression glass was very popular. It was handed out in movie theaters, grocery stores. It was an incentive for you to come to the theater to watch a movie. You could get a salt and pepper set one week, and the next week you could get, a set of plates or a bowl. Or you could go down to your local grocery store and you could get it. If you bought $20 worth of groceries, you could get a platter. Because it was cheap. And they mass produced it. And it is valuable. But if you were to go to a junk shop and you'll see a piece of Depression glass and it's like, it's maybe a buck or two. But you go online, that same platter could be worth 50 or 60 bucks. If it's a rare Depression glass pattern, which there's quite a few, you're talking hundreds of dollars if you can find the right piece. So when someone tells you glass isn't worth anything, maybe in the local stores and stuff it's not. But certain groups of people will pay anything for it. I had one platter, like one little plate. A lady in Washington State wanted it. Now, if you had went to our local store, you probably could have picked it up for $1.50, but she paid me $90, and that was shipping included for this piece because she wanted it. So, if you're up, if you find the right pattern, but you got to do your research. Like, don't fall for this as being 1930s because it's not. But it did come out in three types. I mean, there was ruby stain glass. That's when the ruby color comes off. This is not stained. This was dipped. And this is like, if you look at it, you'll see gold. That's because there is gold in this. This is, the gold. This, I believe, is ruby stain. Yeah, this is ruby stain. You can see how the paint is peeling. Okay, so because it's stained, it's not as valuable as the one that's been dipped. And see, this was baked, literally baked on, whereas this was basically painted on. So it was done, they did this so poor people could afford nice looking dishes, as well as the rich people or the middle class could afford a little more, you know, a little more money, could buy the really good stuff, and the poor people get painted on. So, I hope that answers a few questions. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in a series of dishes and marks and learning about glass, I collect glass, any type of glass you can imagine. I've got, I couldn't even imagine how many pieces of glass I got. Bottles, I think we're probably got about 1,000 bottles of every description. You know, I just don't collect, like some people will just collect milk bottles. Well, I find milk bottles, and some of them are very expensive actually, but I've been finding them lately in thrift stores and Goodwill and stuff, and they're relatively inexpensive. I pick them up, add them to my collection. So basically right now, I'm not starting any new collections. I'm working on the ones I have, which is enough. So that's why I thought I would show you guys what I've got. Maybe help you along. You know, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Happy to read them, happy to answer them. So thank you very much. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe.